Sawadika, thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and on NBT World. It's a Tuesday and the date is January 26th, and my name is Sandra Hanusaha. In today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward, we begin with a story on Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha, who has advised Thai industrial operators to make use of new technologies as the government moves to support their businesses. During his speech at the FTI Outlook 2016 seminar hosted by the Federation of Thai Industries, or FTI, General Prayut stated that the government has adopted a policy to promote 10 new industrial clusters in support of entrepreneurs. In addition, he said related laws are being amended to facilitate their business operations while encouraging the use of the latest innovations and technologies so as to add value to Thai products. As part of a short-term measure, training courses will be opened for job seekers in order to fulfill labor demand in each field and prepare human resources for the 10 new industries. In the long term, the school curriculum will be improved to support the entire labor market. Meanwhile, FTI President Supan Mongkonsuthi reported that the Thai Industries Sentiment Index in December 2015, posted an increase for the fourth consecutive month to 87.5, reflecting the success of various government measures. Mr. Supan suggested that Thailand enhances industrial sector in 3 major areas, namely technology and labor competitiveness, standards and quality of agricultural products, and anti-corruption measures to ensure business efficiency. Deputy Prime Minister Somkit Jatusipitak has held the first meeting on economic and investment stimulus policies for 2016 to discuss how all sectors can help to revitalize the country's economy. The meeting was attended by the Minister of Finance, Apisak Tantiwarawong, the Minister of Transport, Akom Tampitiapaisit, and the heads of relevant departments and agencies. The meeting discussed the progress of various economic stimulus policies, such as investment in infrastructure, investment promotion through the Board of Investment, monetary policies for urgent stimulus measures, assistance for SMEs and the real estate sector, as well as programs to strengthen the rubber industry. Attendees also considered the 17 projects to urgently develop the country's transportation system during 2016 to 2017, with a total budget of 920 billion baht, while tasking the Public Debt Management Office with providing more information on the readiness of each project. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs was quick to allay concerns regarding Thailand's second confirmed case of Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, or MERS. Thai embassies have been instructed to assure foreign countries of the Thai government's efforts to control the situation and provide medical treatment for the patient. Related officials have been tasked with monitoring those deemed high risk for infection and implementing disease control measures in line with international standards. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has urged people to follow news developments closely and to trust in Thailand's public health system. He also advised those with chronic illnesses to avoid traveling to countries with known disease outbreaks. People returning from abroad should closely observe their own physical condition for 14 days. Symptoms to watch for include fever, coughing, runny nose, or sore throat. The issues of illegal, unreported, and unregulated, or IUU, fishing is an important part of the national agenda. The Thai government, prompted by a yellow card from the European Union, has launched a comprehensive campaign against IUU fishing in the kingdom's waters. And to learn more about this, we present a special report from the Command Center to Combat Illegal Fishing, or CCCIF.
Labor is a key factor that allows for successful fisheries. The main problem is a shortage of labor in the fishery sector, both the workers in fishing vessels and in the fish processing industry. By nature, work on the fishing vessels is very hard work, with risks of dangers from accidents and natural disasters. More than 90% of the workers are migrants from Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos. Most of the migrant workers come legally, but there are some who come illegally and become victims of human trafficking. These workers are not treated in accordance with human rights principles and need to be protected and assisted.
เราคงจะเห็นว่าในหลายๆครั้งเนี่ยเราถูกกดดันว่าเราใช้แรงงานโดยผิดกฎหมายใช้แรงงานค้ามนุษย์โดยเฉพาะยิ่งในกิจการที่เกี่ยวข้องกับการประมงไม่ว่าจะเป็นการที่ทำการประมงโดยแท้จริงก็คือออกไปทำไปกับเรือประมงหรืออาจจะเป็นการกิจการประมงต่อเนื่องเช่นอยู่ตามโรงงานแกะกุ้งแกะหมึกต่างๆซึ่งมีสุขภาพลักษณะต่างๆที่ไม่ค่อยดีนะครับต่างๆเหล่านี้เราก็จะถูกกดดันจากต่างประเทศว่าเราดูแลเรื่องแรงงานเหล่านี้ไม่ดี
The labor problem is one of the international demands for Thailand to provide accelerated solutions, especially the issue of human trafficking in the fishery sector, including the issue of slave labor in the fish processing industry. The problem is chronic. The question is, how can we put an end to this problem once and for all?
ถ้าเราพบโรงงานเหล่านี้ซึ่งมีแรงงานที่ผิดกฎหมายแรงงานต่างด้าวซึ่งไม่ได้รับอนุญาตทำงานในโรงงานต่างๆเหล่านั้นเนี่ยก็จะมีอำนาจในการสั่งปิดโรงงานถ้าเป็นอธิบดีก็จะเป็นอำนาจของปลัดกระทรวงอุตสาหกรรมตามขั้นตอนไปซึ่งจะทำให้ระบบของกฎหมายในการดูแลตรงนี้ครอบคลุมยิ่งขึ้น
At present, the government has carried out surveillance and law enforcement are seriously implemented. And if found guilty, they will be arrested and prosecuted. For example, the use of illegal migrant workers and child labor, etc. In addition, measures have been taken to amend the legislation such as the ban on children under 18 years of age to work in the fish processing industry, and that the workers in the fishery sector can change employers. There are some of the major changes in the latest Fisheries Act.
On to other news now. The Rubber Authority of Thailand began buying rubber for farmers for the first day. The rubber purchase is part of the government's project to procure 100,000 tons of rubber from farmers affected by the low market prices. There are 834 locations across the country where the farmers can sell their rubber to the government. In Songkhla province, around 100 farmers who have registered to participate in the project were allowed to sell their produce. All types of rubber can be sold, provided their quality meets the standards set by the Rubber Authority of Thailand. Nakhon Si Thammarat has opened 4 from a total of 41 venues to buy rubber. Ranong and Phanga have opened 7 and 14 venues respectively. The southern border province of Yala has 31 venues to buy rubber. The provincial governor and executives of relevant units inspected a rubber buying venue in Yaha district, where only a small number of farmers came to sell their rubber due to the rainy weather. Commerce Minister Apiridi Tantraporn has held a meeting on ways to urgently solve the current cassava price slump. The meeting was attended by the Customs Department, Office of Agricultural Economics, Cooperative Promotion Department, Bank of Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives, or BAAC, Department of Agriculture, cassava producer associations, and representatives of cassava farmers. Due to a recent surge in output, the price of cassava has fallen from 2 baht and 35 satang to 2 baht and 45 satang per kilogram to 2 baht per kilogram, while the cost of production is at 1 baht and 90 satang per kilogram. The meeting considered measures to hasten the introduction of a project to slow the harvesting of cassava. The BAAC agreed to offer 50,000 baht loans over 6 months with a 4% interest rate for farmers whose cassava harvesting has been put on hold. However, only 20 farmers have applied for the loan despite the BAAC's target of 100,000. In addition, the meeting also discussed projects to process cassava so as to increase product value. The President of the Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC, has given assurance that there will not be any amendment to the interim Constitution's provisions related to a public referendum on the draft charter. CDC President Michai Richupan said that the charter drafters have no plans to make any change to the 2014 interim Constitution to handle a scenario in which the draft charter does not pass the public referendum. Mr. Michai said that both the CDC and the government share the same understanding that the majority vote from the public referendum will be the final answer. If the draft charter fails to secure the people's support, the interim constitution will continue to be in use. Meanwhile, CDC spokesman Amon Wanitbiwat said that the charter drafters have already completed their revisions of 255 articles of the draft constitution, but not the provisional clauses. Recently, many travelers have been foregoing traditional tour packages and chain hotels and instead have been booking hostels to experience greater cultural diversity. To discover more about the allure of hostels, Manotsi Sub has the story.
A hostel may sound like a new concept, but they have been here in Thai society and the rest of the world for decades, but just recently have been growing in popularity in Thailand. People coming to stay in hostels in Thailand are mostly Europeans, also some from Asian countries and elsewhere. Hostel customers have voiced the opinion that it is the ability to socialize and make friends during their trips that have made them enjoy the atmosphere. And most importantly, as the cost is often as low as 200 to 300 baht a night, it means they can prolong their vacation.
My first 3 nights was at a hotel, and then I decided to move to a hostel to have more of a people atmosphere. I love it. It's awesome. I think for the rest of the trip, I'll definitely be staying in hostels, mainly for that, just for the social atmosphere.
You can meet a lot of people. It's cheaper. There are also restaurants or places to do own food. Lots of really good things we can find here we cannot find in a normal hotel.
Hostel owners in Bangkok, Thanat and Komsit, says they saw the rising trend of traveling socially for some time and just last year decided to venture into the hostel business. So far, they have received overwhelming positive feedback.
Well, we got pretty good feedback, really good reviews. They appreciate what they got here and they enjoy their stay here. Well, for myself and also my partners, for others, we are actually backpackers as well. We talk about doing the business on like hostel business for quite a while, and then this happened. The charm of the hostel is actually came from location, first of all. and also the design of the hostel itself, and also
the atmosphere.
The atmosphere of the hostel.
I think socialization is really important part of the role of Old Town, because especially our target group.
I would say in general, backpackers, they're aiming to come and engage with other backpackers, get to know new friends.
So this type of people, they like to come to a hostel to make friends and to socialize with other people. So I think this too is a very important part for our success.
Hostels are a good place to consider when taking your next vacation, helping to save on your budget, prolong your stay, and probably make new friends, especially in Thailand, where there is an array of some 2,000 unique hostels to choose from. So, good traveling. I'm Panosi Sinsap for NBT World.
And that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Next in ASEAN News, the Deputy Prime Minister visited Cambodia to celebrate the 65th anniversary of diplomatic relations. But first, we'll have a look at the exchange rates and the commodity prices.
Should give some bounty bill. The trawler still, I dance in thanks to thee.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The Deputy Prime Minister for Foreign Affairs has visited Cambodia to celebrate the 65th anniversary of diplomatic relations. Deputy Prime Minister General Thanasak Patimaprakorn met with Cambodian Foreign Minister Sok An and discussed bilateral cooperation in various areas. The Deputy Premier was later scheduled to meet with Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen. General Thanasak expressed gratitude to the Cambodian Premier and his other cabinet members for their participation at the second joint cabinet retreat. Both countries have agreed to establish the Thai-Cambodian Friendship Association to further strengthen bilateral ties. Deputy Prime Minister General Thanasak and Tourism and Sports Minister Gopkan Watanawarangkoon also had the opportunity to chair an opening ceremony of a football match with Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister Honam Hong. The game was also held to celebrate the 65th anniversary of Thai-Cambodian diplomatic relations. The Thai ambassador to Cambodia, His Excellency Nattawut Potisaro, said both nations have enjoyed a long relationship. He added that further cooperation between them will be expedited in areas deemed urgent for mutual growth. And in our global stories, the Colombian foreign minister has expressed optimism for peace with FARC rebels after the United Nations Security Council voted unanimously for the creation of a UN mission of unarmed international observers to monitor disarmament. The 15-member council unanimously adopted a British-drafted resolution that would establish a political mission for 12 months to monitor and verify the definitive bilateral ceasefire and cessation of hostilities and the laying down of arms. Colombia's Foreign Minister Maria Angela Helguin expressed optimism after the vote and said that the participation of Latin American and Caribbean countries in the mission was important. Colombia's government and FARC jointly asked the Security Council to help monitor and verify rebel disarmament should the two sides reach a deal to end their 50-year-old war, which has killed 220,000 people and displaced millions, by a March 23rd deadline. The rebels' willingness to make the request jointly with the government is a sign of progress as the two sides aim to reach a comprehensive peace agreement. And that's all we have for you in this edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Do follow us on Facebook. You can simply type in NNT to find us. And check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. Today we say goodbye with some footage from zoos in China of animals keeping themselves warm in the cold weather like we're facing today. Have a great day. Sawadee ka.